Hello, I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. First, I would like to recognize the leadership and record of Secretary General Lim, and I offer our best wishes to Secretary General-elect Dominguez, who already has such a strong history at the International Maritime Organization. As you all gather for the assembly of the IMO, I want to echo the important U.S. statement delivered by Admiral Linda Fagan, Commandant of our U.S. Coast Guard. Maritime shipping affects every person on this globe, and the IMO is central to ensuring that shipping is safe and sustainable. The three priorities that I would like to raise today are consistent with my last message to an IMO assembly, though 2 years later, we are in a different moment. On climate, supply chains, and workforce safety, we have made progress. That progress should put wind in our sails, and I want to thank the delegates and the stakeholders who are responsible for these achievements. But on all three issues, we also have many, many miles to go before we can rest satisfied. And today's challenges call for renewed focus. On climate, we all know the basic nature of the challenge before us, which is that maritime carbon pollution plays such a significant role in climate change. The United States strongly supports the progress made with the 2023 IMO greenhouse gas strategy, specifically the inclusion of a well-to-wake life cycle approach to emissions. And we are enthusiastic about efforts on vessel quieting and cleaner fuels in ship designs, which are important not just for ocean life, but for human life and societies. For our part, we also have a range of efforts going on under the U.S. National Blueprint for Transportation Decarbonization, an interagency strategy to cut all greenhouse gas emissions from the U.S. transportation sector by 2050. And within that work, we are developing a maritime decarbonization action plan that we aim to release early next year. Our success on climate will not only protect people around the world, it will protect supply chains around the world. Together, we have addressed many of the specific disruptions created by the COVID pandemic. But those hard years have exposed supply chain weaknesses that will only be exacerbated by climate change if we don't act. Globally, we see many ports at risk from sea level rise, while other critical shipping waterways from the Mississippi River to the Panama Canal are already affected by heat and drought. President Biden is taking unprecedented action to make America's supply chains more resilient, and we will continue to support the IMO to make global supply chains more diverse, secure, and sustainable. And third, I want to talk about the most important part of maritime shipping, the people, the workforce. Here again, I want to commend the IMO and member states for focusing on the safety of seafarers, including getting them designated as essential workers so they could travel between ships and countries of residence, and establishing the Seafarer Crisis Action Team to help in critical situations. But I also want to emphasize that even as we have seen some progress, we must do far more to ensure that sexual assault and harassment find no safe harbor in the maritime industry. There are no waters on this earth where such behavior should go undeterred, undetected, or unpunished. And my team stands ready to share new approaches that we are taking and to learn from what is working well elsewhere. Finally, I want to congratulate Caleb Hawley of the U.S. Coast Guard, who is being honored with the 2023 IMO Award for Exceptional Bravery at Sea. On January 14th, 35 nautical miles off the east coast of the United States, a disabled tugboat was adrift in violent seas. With waters too rough for a cutter, the Coast Guard turned to Caleb's helicopter rescue team. Caleb lowered onto the tugboat, helped 3 crew members be hoisted to safety, and then stayed on the tug with the 4 remaining crew members until a second helicopter with more fuel could arrive. Even after his survival suit was damaged, Caleb and his team helped rescue every survivor before he himself was hoisted up. That kind of bravery is to his great personal credit, to the credit of the Coast Guard and that of the maritime profession. That courage should also inspire policymakers like us, who work in much less dramatic circumstances, but who also bear responsibility for the safety and sustainability of our seas, to summon the courage and stamina to use the tools available to us to make positive and lasting change. I wish everyone a productive assembly and I look forward to our continued work together. Thank you.